Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so the score was 123-120, and the Lakers did, in fact, win the game against the Memphis Grizzlies at home. On the road. We faced the Grizzlies. That was their building. I'm relieved, I guess you could say, from that. Happy to have won. But that was a really embarrassing basketball game to watch the majority of it. And if Scottie Pippen wouldn't have went down, what it looked like possibly a concussion, we probably lose the game. We let some dude named Jordan Goodwin go off for like 23 points and 17 rebounds and 4 steals or something crazy. I mean, just unbelievable. G.G. Jackson went for 31. Jake LaRavia went for like 28. Scotty went off for like 28, 4 steals. Just an incredibly embarrassing basketball game to watch the majority of. And if it wasn't for Scotty going down, who was killing us and being very aggressive, and if it weren't for Jordan Goodwin, who decided he wanted to be a superstar with 25 seconds to go and try to force a shot over Anthony Davis, a scoop shot or something, when he should have gave the ball to G.G. Jackson. If it wasn't for those two things, we lose the game. If it wasn't for those two things, we lose the game. And you gotta love LeBron James with the somersault supreme up and under dunk on the turnover down the stretch to seal the game, put us up by 5 with like 17 seconds to go. I think it was Jack White or Zeke LaRavia just gave him the ball on a freak play where they were trying to save the ball and just put it straight in Bron's hands, and Bron went for the big dunk. And then landed right in front of John Moran on the bench. I thought that was the highlight of the game. You know, it's going to be hard to give somebody player of the game for this one. Anthony Davis had, I think, 36 points, 14 boards. Bron had like 37 points, 9 assists or something like that, but ultimately 8 turnovers. I was not thrilled with either one of them. I really wasn't. D'Angelo Russell with 4 points, 10 assists, 2 out of 9 shooting. See, he does this. He tends to get assists off, so it kind of cushions the fact that he was god awful. But this is what's been going on pretty much for the last 6 or 7 games. He gives you big assists and can't make a shot, man. And so we're back to where D'Lo was before he went on that long stretch where we were giving him all the praise. He's just a very, very inconsistent basketball player, and we're on a very bad stretch with him. Gabe Vincent hit a 3. Gabe Vincent hit a 3-point shot in this game. I couldn't believe it. He actually hit one. Only one, but he hit one. This might be his second or third 3 of the season. Maybe he upped his percentage to possibly 17% or something like that on the season. So I thought that was a big deal. Rui Hachimura, 5 out of 6 shooting. He obviously should have shot more. 14 points. Obviously should have shot more. Austin Reeves, bad Austin. I don't think he was really helpful tonight. He had, I don't remember exactly how many points. I'm like 10 points. Getting scored on a lot of the time. Not really a big Austin game. We need something bigger out of him in a big game like this. But this was garbage. We're happy to have won, but this was absolute garbage. Lakers gave up 64 points in the first half. Gave up 17 threes to the Memphis Grizzlies, for the worst offense in the league. And I'm telling you, it was that Scottie Pippen went down that left them without a point guard in the situation down the stretch of the basketball game. And that was the difference. Because Scottie was killing us. Stealing the ball, dunking on people, laying the ball up. I mean, he was killing us. And he ended up having to go out in the last 3 minutes with having banged his head on the floor after stealing the ball from D'Angelo Russell, beating him to the loose ball as he was going in the backcourt area. And D'Angelo trying to dive on him after getting beat for the ball, and landed on him, and he ended up bouncing his head off of the floor. But he also made a bounce pass into transition that got a play off for his team. So it's like Scottie was obviously the player of the game. I don't give the game ball to losers ever, but he was definitely the player of the game. And I'm glad he wasn't there to finish. I'm glad they didn't have a legitimate point guard down the stretch of the basketball game. They needed G.G. Jackson to play point guard and Jordan Goodwin down there. And that ultimately was why we were able to win, in my opinion. G.G. was fantastic, by the way. He couldn't miss He hit like 7 threes tonight, 31 points. I love the fact that it's on the record and in my mock draft that I actually took him with my mock draft last season. I feel really good about that. I feel really good that I wouldn't have made the mistake of letting him fall further than 17, although in real life I would have taken Cam Whitmore, but Gigi Jackson was high on my list, along with Podziemski as well. So those were the players I was most excited about in the draft. Of course, we went with Jalen Hood-Schifino, and as a result of getting Jalen Hood-Schifino, we ended up letting Scottie Pippen go to the Memphis Grizzlies. As a result of letting Scottie Pippen go to the Grizzlies, he was able to have 28 points, 4 steals tonight. I told us, I said this a long time ago, I said the Lakers probably should have just drafted another position and kept Scottie Pippen. And now we're paying for it. Scottie's obviously going to go on and have a fantastic career in this league. And he's yet another nice, talented guard that we let slide while we continue to move around with what we move around with. So much, so much talent the Lakers let walk, man. So much talent. And this is just yet another example of that. We did win this game. We're happy we won this game. Now we on team watch. You know, obviously we got the Phoenix Suns going up against the Sacramento Kings tonight. We need Phoenix to beat the Kings. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors are playing the Pelicans right now, and we need the Warriors to lose that game. So, last I checked, the Warriors were up by 8. It's not looking good. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess if I give the game ball to anybody, it would be Anthony Davis. I would have gave it to Bron, but the made turnovers were a big part of the problem. He was a big part of the solution down the stretch, but I ain't going to let the make turnovers slide. So I'll give it to Anthony Davis with only 4 turnovers and added 14 rebounds to his 36 points. I'll give it to him, but this was trash, man. This was garbage. And it was a good portion of the game where I really genuinely thought the Lakers were going to lose. We ended up going down by 9 after halftime when I made that halftime video. And I told you guys that we were lucky to be up by 4. It ended up getting worse after that. It ended up with us down by 9 after that. But we were able to erase that. And then Memphis came back, took the lead once again. They went up by 1, but could not sustain. Scottie Pippen ended up getting kicked out of the game, or, you know, he ended up having the issue with the head. But if he would have stayed on the path he was on, man, I'm pretty sure he would have been the hero tonight, man. That's the problem. That's the God's honest truth, man. I think we were saved by the basketball gods who sent the guy who was just beating us to every loose ball, driving straight down our throats. We had no answer. We weren't stopping him. He was making plays for himself and others on both sides of the floor. We had no answer for Scottie, man. None. No answer. And the rotations we use out there, 3-guard lineups with a Taurean Prince power forward cherry on top. A lot of the time, Gabe Vincent, Spencer Dinwiddie, D'Angelo Russell on a bad night. How many times have we said that? You know, Austin Reeves down there in that rotation as well. I mean, it ain't enough for this coach to use 3-guard lineups. He has to put Taurean Prince at the 4 just to top it off. I mean, it's just it's why I'm glad we only have 4 more quarters left of his crap to go. In the regular season, that is. And then we got to hope to God something good happens in the postseason, I guess. I guess I'm hoping for success in the postseason at this point, although I see a whole lot of good come from me losing that play-in tournament game and getting my lottery pick. I see a whole lot of good with that. As I told you guys, the way I see it is, if we get a lottery pick, maybe the Pelicans take it, as to which they'll leave us with a better pick next year when we will likely have a worse team if something goes wrong with Bron, or at the very least, we'll have a better crop of players to choose from next season. So I would much rather the Pelicans take this pick this year. Or it could be a lottery pick that the Pelicans defer to us, as to which we'll take the best possible pick we can and maybe incorporate another piece to our team for which we desperately need. Maybe even a center we can get out of this draft. So I see a whole lot of win-win for getting a lottery pick. I don't see a whole lot of winning coming from us having to face the Warriors, the Kings, and then the Denver Nuggets, if we're lucky enough to even beat the Warriors or the Kings. forgive me, Laker fans, but I don't see no win there. That's not a win to me. That's not a win to me. That's being led to slaughter. I don't care for that. I care for getting that lottery pick and having it be an asset either attached to me or something that entices the Pelicans to take the pick this year after all, so we can get our pick next year. Because if they take it this year, at least we won't have 2 consecutive seasons where we don't have a lottery pick, because that's exactly what that's about to be. Because we definitely don't have it in 27. Actually, it's 25, right? Yeah, never mind. Ignore that thought. Point is, we don't have the pick at 27. Next year is going to be a better crop than this year. Maybe they should take it this year, and they're talking about not taking it this year. Either way, I don't mind. Either they take it or they don't. It's a win either way to me if it's a lottery pick. So that's how I'm looking at it, man. I don't really care to watch the Lakers get slaughtered by the Denver Nuggets, bro. I really don't. I ain't gonna lie to none of y'all. I really don't care to see that crap. I'm good. I really am. Especially after watching how they approached this basketball game in the last 2. And they barely beat a Grizzly team that didn't have none of its starters out there. John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, Brandon Clark, Derrick Rose. All these guys sitting on the sideline in street clothes, rooting their team on. Marcus Smart, all these good players that they got. None of them on the floor, man, and we barely won this basketball game. I don't care to watch any more of these people, bro. After 81 games of this crap, I'm like, yo, man, enough of this. Enough. I'm sorry I got another game to watch. That's how I feel. I'm sorry I got to watch them again on Sunday, man. That's how ridiculous this has gotten for me, bro. I'm not even front. I love my Lakers, bro, but this unit is not for me. Because at the end of the day, I can't apply positivity to them and expect anything good when we're going up against real rivals. You think I got any hope for us beating Golden State or Sacramento or Denver? Hell no. We need to avoid all 3 of those teams, and that's the path that we look like we're on. To where you have to see all 3 of them. It's like, man, please. Man, please. That's how I feel about this season. So 1 more game to go, bro. I will be very happy when the season is in our rear view. I'm open to being wrong. Maybe they do great things in the playoffs, in the play-in. Maybe it's an amazing event, and then I'll get right back on board with positivity. But I've seen enough, bro. This team has shown me exactly who they are, and that's it. I know who I know what I'm looking at. I've seen the whole season of this. I know exactly what I'm looking at. The body language of this team with 5 minutes to go, going up against this G League squad when they were sitting on the sideline in a timeout, showed me everything I needed to know. They weren't even together. They weren't even together, man. Yeah, some guys sitting over there, some guys sitting over there. It's like, nah, man, this unit is checked out. I'm checked out. 4 more quarters of this crap, and we're done of the season. And the play-in tournament can go whatever way it needs to go. But I promise you, if we lose in the play-in tournament, I'm going to see a whole lot more positivity with that lottery pick. A whole lot more positivity than I do with us on a path to Denver with this unit. Nah, I'm just not going to even front. I'm not going to pretend, bro. I want the lottery pick. I don't care for this. So that's what I got to say, man. The Lakers won tonight. I guess I'm supposed to celebrate that, man. I mean, you know, the way the game went, it wasn't nothing to see. It really wasn't. If you missed this game, you didn't miss nothing. Lucky you to have won if you're rooting for that sort of thing at this point. But I'm a bigger picture guy, man. And I know what my franchise needs. It needs to fire its coach. It needs a center in this lottery. Or it needs the Pelicans to take that pick from us this season so we could be left with one next year with a better crop of players. And probably even a worse basketball team, depending on how things shake out. So that's what I'm about, the bigger picture, not just rah, yeah, let's make the playoffs. For what? You don't get nothing from making the playoffs and getting ousted by the Denver Nuggets. You get nothing. You get nothing for that. So that's why I'm like, yo, man, I'm not the rah type. If I'm not playing for a championship, I'm playing to get a lot better. That's it. Because this Laker thing, we're gonna have more seasons in the future, and with that comes a need for talent. Premium talent. And so if I can get that in the lottery, if I could weasel my way to that, That's exactly what I want, man. Not sitting back thinking about some unit that did not live up to the expectations it had for itself, man. I've seen so many units go by, the Xavier Henrys. I remember Eddie Jones and Nick Van Axel. I watched us trade Shaq. I done been through so many years of this. I'm not about to be holding on to this season like it's something special, bro. I'm not. 30 plus years of this. I'm not stupid like that. We already on next season in the long term. And the long term tells me a lottery pick is what's best for this organization. Not a date with the Denver Nuggets, for whom this unit cannot beat. My name is BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.